The Sciforror Film Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Sciforror Film Podcast. I'm Andy Walker and I'm joined as always by my friend Badger.
Hello everyone, welcome to the show. All right, Andy, how you doing?
I am okay, thank you, Badger. Are you okay?
Yes, not too bad, not too bad.
Bit of a twitch, but yeah.
Yes, but I'm all right.
Yes, welcome to the show, everybody.
Apologies, I missed the interview the other day. I hope it went well.
No, yes, it did actually. Everything has been going really well, and some people may, who are keen-eyed, may have noticed I have put up already a thing at the end of next month, on the 31st of next month. There will be an interview with Lawrence R. Harvey, the man who has starred in many science fiction and horror films over the year, mainly horror, a few sci-fi, and is known to some people as being the guy who's in the Human Centipede 2 and 3.
Oh.
So, yes, that was a very good interview as well. So there you go. Okay, so this week we're doing science fiction.
Indeed, love
it. So the first of our films, of our short films, is on the Dust Channel, and it's from 2019. I'm always a bit dubious with the Dust Channel because quite often they'll have films on there that are earlier than the date that they say they've been put on there, so it's difficult to tell.
I don't know. My missus says, "All that Andy, he loves a bit of dust, doesn't he?" I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Well, I mean, to be honest, the problem is that there's so few sci-fi short films out there that Dust is one of the few places where you can guarantee to find one.
Yeah.
Anyway, it says it's from 2019, and this is a film called The Masseuse, directed by Tan Chi Ding. The cast is Koi Sheng, Candy Ice, Chen Pui Heng, and Diana Koch. The synopsis says, in a world where cutting-edge robots are coveted, a fledgling human technician is torn between pursuing his feelings towards an outdated android and placating his abusive android-aversive father. Bit of a mouthful, that, but here you go.
Yeah.
I mean, straight off, I think it has a really good look to this. And the acting is really good, and I like the kind of makeup and the acting on the woman that's supposed to be the android. It really is good.
Yes, unlike with the other week, where it was like the AI companion was over the top, this is actually scaled down.
Yeah,
and it's whiter, it's cleaner, and that's my traditional version of like what a female robot would look like in a science fiction film. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So it sort of made me think, oh yeah, this is a robot who's like gonna do all the different things. So I think they landed the robot thing better than the film the other week myself. Yeah. And I really liked it. And if you did look as well, it was like slightly shimmery and stuff like that. And the way she moved and everything was fantastic. You felt like it was a robot, you know? I liked it.
Yeah, completely. I mean, I like the idea and the story. I think it's really good. It kind of works well. It's that age-old thing of fear of machines versus our desire to have them.
Yes. I mean, it's like... And obviously, you know, this year and last year has been so overwhelming with new tech, new things. There's a thing in the fridge. Like, obviously, I saw a film called The Faraway Tree the other week.
All right, yeah,
That's a kids' film, and the reason why they go off to the countryside is that the wife is working on AI tech for a fridge, and she goes mad because it's got a camera in it that's looking at everyone's move, and that's the catalyst for them going back to basics. And that's a kids film, so
yeah.
it just shows you that. Yeah, I think a lot of the stuff we find useful now, a few years ago we'd be horrified with. So
Absolutely.
it's very interesting how like we let this technology into our lives. But yeah, what can happen? What's the negative side to it? You know,
I
even
think,
even what's his face has come out and said now. Actually, the Terminator was a warning, and nobody. James Cameron actually even
yeah.
said it the other week. Said Terminator is actually a warning, and no one took any notice. And now
Well,
what we're doing.
well, this is it. I mean, the thing that gets me is I remember watching films in the sort of like the 60s and 70s that you kind of like looking at, and you kind of look at what they're doing, and you go, "Have none of you ever seen a science fiction film?
No,
Have none
no,
of you ever watched something that says don't let computers get too clever?"
yeah, it really is. I mean,
Yeah,
the 1960s series of Star Trek literally promoted and sort of guessed what a mobile phone would look like.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what they had. They had little flips, didn't they?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So the only thing we haven't supposedly managed to do is the teleportation. Everything else they've been able to work on, like space travel and stuff.
Yeah.
It's mad.
No, it's bad.
But I do actually think the description underwhelms what the film is actually about because it just says like the father doesn't like terrorism, like the AIs.
Yeah,
When you watch it, you sort of realise that the dad's like a leader of anti AI resistance, and they're going to try and start a war. So
yeah,
that's a lot. They sort of sold themselves cheap on the description, really.
absolutely. I mean, I like the fact that this is kind of it's got that kind of it's it reminds me a little bit of the sort of the some of the subtext and or the plot of Blade Runner, with the whole kind of like the romantic side between a human and an
Yeah,
android and that sort of thing. Um, but I like the fact that this is wound up in a kind of effectively like in a love story. It's quite an interest, makes it a lot more of a human story.
yeah. Oh, that's the good thing about it, wasn't it? It was very grounded and sort of like contained. But like you say, it could have been in that universe. It
Yeah,
certainly had the look to it. It certainly looked very Blade Runner esque, and it
yeah.
certainly looked that sort of like not dystopian, but it looked like that sort of future as well. And what's the one that we did the two reviews of? It reminded me of that as well.
Oh, Total Recall.
Total Recall. It had a lot of Total Recall vibes to it as well.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, the end of it wasn't totally unexpected, but yeah, I think it was done well, and I think it worked well.
Yeah.
And
I
again, the
mean,
effects were good.
obviously, he did care for her. He made her sort of feel loved and stuff like that. And the
Yeah,
thing is, they were sort of leaning towards the fact that she was going to be. It was almost like they gave her a purpose, because as soon as he found out that she was going to be decommissioned, I think he was like, okay, she's going to die
I
anyway.
mean, I must admit, I did think that maybe they might have done it so that he ran off with her or something. But
Yeah,
it was done well. I think it worked well, and I liked it as a film. I thought it was quite good.
yeah. I
But
do
it's a
think that would have been the better. That would have been the more interesting twist if he had ran off with her, because it was obvious that he was going to blow it up and sort of appease the dad and start the war, sort of thing.
but it's I
It
mean,
might have actually been better off if he did run off with her. That would have been
yeah.
an interesting twist.
But I mean, again, it's another one of these ones that looks like it could have been part of a bigger film because it looks like the start of the war between them or whatever, and you'd see where that goes. That could have been interesting.
That could have been very interesting. Yeah, I think as we're going along, I think a lot of these films, I do hope a lot of these films that we do review get sort of picked up and the ideas get picked up. Because, like you say, there's even some of the horror films we've reviewed, you think, oh, yes, that's actually, the start of something that could really flesh out.
They quite often come across to me as either being a pre-credit scene of a film or a post-credit scene.
Yes.
Something
Yeah.
it's kind of like you think, oh, that could be good to sort of like leave it. Are they going to have a sequel, or you have that and then we have the credits, and then we don't want to find out what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I do hope that we get some more sequels to some of these films that we've reviewed.
Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice.
Mm.
Okay. Right, the second of our two films is from 2025. This is a film called Crash Site. The writer is Miles Brandman. The director is Jason Sperling. The cast is Stephen Yen, I think his name is pronounced. He was in The Walking Dead.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Sam Richardson, who was in, he's been in comedy stuff. He was in Veep and he was also in Ted Lasso.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Mm.
yeah. Um, so they're the two stars. The synopsis of this says, when a mysterious object crashes to Earth, two friends make a chance discovery, unaware that they've just set off a chain of events that will thrust them into a race against time to uncover the object's true purpose before it's too late. Yeah, I mean, again, it looks really good. The acting is good, as you would expect from two people who are kind of well versed in kind of like series acting.
Yes, and it's interesting to see two quite famous actors appear in a random short on YouTube. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I think the effects were great. The actual effects of the object hitting and the scarring of the land and that sort of thing was brilliantly done.
Yeah, the actual crash site at the beginning was great. Yeah, and you see a lot of these things in the 90s and the 80s and stuff, and it's very rare you get to see an updated UFO crash site in a film,
Yeah,
apart from something big like District 9 or whatever it's called, and the one with Will Smith for Independence Day.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's not many modern examples where you go, oh yeah, it's a UFO crash film. So like you said, it's quite a breath of fresh air. You like that's on the screen for us to watch,
absolutely.
and it's like a complicated idea, but a simplistic idea at the same time, which I loved.
Yeah,
Sometimes when they have the simple ideas, it works out the best.
I mean, I like the object, the box thing. That was really well done. The effects on that were really good. Um, I want to know more about what the box actually is. And this, I tell you, this it comes across to me almost like it was done as the idea of a pilot for a TV series,
Mm.
because there's definitely more to this than you find out in the film. And
Oh, really?
well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it just you just look at it and go, what's going on? What is that box? Who are the, where's it come from? What's it all about? What's going on? And then they come and grab him and the box, and you just think, who are they? And it's, there are more questions at the end of it than there were at the beginning.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Like you say, it could have been like the next X Files or something like that.
Yeah,
Where like you say, like how many episodes? I mean, it depends on which direction they go in, but you could definitely do a mini series of it, like them trying to figure out what the box is doing, and then obviously, once they find out what the box is going to do, then they need to go off and solve it and sort it out, you know. So yeah, there's lots of different options for that, and
absolutely.
no, and then obviously Hollywood branches off into all sorts of over the top stuff. So
Yeah,
yeah, it could well have, like you say, it could well have been like the next X Files. Perhaps that's why they're in it, because it's
yeah.
a pilot for a TV show that
I
never
mean, it's
got picked
possible.
up.
I mean, it was only last year, so maybe they're hoping somebody will pick it up and sort of, ask them to do more. I don't know.
Yeah, but like you say, there's more questions than answers, so you'd hope so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but I thought it was very well done and it's a very good film.
Mm. I really enjoyed it, yeah. And it was like it had that tension to it, when you think not that it was like a saw trap or anything, but I had that tension where what's gonna happen if he presses the wrong button enough times? Is he gonna like do
Yeah,
something to him? There was that tension there that I thought, oh, is he gonna like get hurt if he presses the wrong keys and stuff?
yeah, no, absolutely, I agree. Yeah, it was good. Okay, our feature film this week
Yes.
is it's an oddity from 1992,
Yeah.
and it is a film called Split Second.
Mm.
It's also known it's also known by the title Detective Stone Killer Instinct.
Right. I was 12 when this came out, but when you see bits and pieces of a film,
Yeah.
like maybe I was told off for like getting up late and I watched it, it was on, and that sort of thing. But I only remember really Rutger Hauer running around the sewer with the gun with the other bloke. That's all I remember from years ago. And then when I watched it, I had weird memories come back of those particular bits.
Yeah.
What do you think of how they? Because obviously, I don't know if you knew, but the black and white scenes and stuff, and I think they did do some weird cuts.
Well, I'm not sure if that was done in the original version or if that was done because it's going onto YouTube.
I've got a reason there because there is the uncut version. If you're a member of that channel,
Yeah.
it literally says open. It opens up the uncut version.
And all I
So
can say is that I mean it's censored for nudity and the blood scenes are black and white. So
yeah,
I think that's
but
the
I
reason.
personally, I thought the black and white added to it. I was like, maybe
Yeah,
they should have
yeah,
done a black and white version. I actually think maybe I'll reach out to that channel and say, can you actually make a black and white version? Because it actually added to the noir sense of it.
yeah. I know what you mean.
But
Um,
yeah, I mean, obviously, I really liked it, and the fact that they blurred everything out didn't really bother me.
no,
But the black and white scenes actually added to the film for me. I quite liked it.
yeah. Well, I mean, the guy who wrote this is a guy called Gary Scott Thompson, who worked on the Fast and Furious films.
Okay.
He wrote the screenplays for some of the Fast and Furious films.
Yeah. Well, there was a lot of car, like not racing, but there was a lot of car scenes, wasn't there,
Yeah,
in the water and stuff. I do think they missed an opportunity with a lot of the water stuff because I didn't really get that because some areas were dry and some weren't, and I was like, I thought the whole of it was a bit like they picked and chose which bits were waterlogged and which weren't.
yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I mean,
But I enjoyed the selection of guns. I thought it was brilliant. The characters were very over the top, and I
I,
liked all the different stuff in there.
one of my big problems with it is the fact that I couldn't work out whether it was trying to be serious or a comedy, and the humor didn't work half the time,
No,
and the serious stuff was just a bit kind of over the top and naff some of the time. But the interesting thing about it, I mean, you got Rutger Hauer in it, you got Kim
yeah,
Cattrall, Alistair Duncan is the other guy. The bizarre people in it: Alan Armstrong, Pete Postlethwaite,
yes,
two top British character actors, Ian Drury in a sort of minor role. But the one that got me was the rat catcher was played by Michael J. Pollard. Now, Michael J. Pollard is he's kind of like I grew up watching Michael J. Pollard. First thing I remember seeing him in was 1960s in Bonnie and Clyde. He was in Hannibal Brooks, and he was in a film called Little Fouse and Big Housey. and you work with people like Steve McQueen, and and it's kind of like, why is he in this film as a kind of really small supporting actor?
Yeah.
It just seemed a bit bizarre to me.
It did feel that they sort of went, who's a British actor, who's a good actor, who's got some strong sort of like personality to them. Let's put them all in a big bag, mix it around a bit, plop it out, and there we go.
But there's some other things that really got me. It's like the cinematographer for this was also the cinematographer on The Princess Bride, which is really bizarre. And the creature designer, the guy who designed the creature at the end, also worked on Blade.
Okay, nice. Yeah.
So it was just a bit like, what a weird mix of people.
Yeah, it is a weird mix of people. And I want to know how this thing with really gangly, sharp hands is writing notes to people, because trust me, I'm sure he found it really hard with a pen.
I,
But
I don't know.
I really enjoyed it. But like you say, it is a hot mess.
It's a kind of, it's a film that you can kind of get to the end of and think of, well, that was a bit of fun. But
Yeah.
the thing is, it's an interesting story, and on paper, with the sort of people who are in it and everybody who's involved in it, it should work really well. But I'm not quite sure it does.
Like you say, the actual storyline, it's all about like the occult, Scorpio, all these sorts of things, and it's really dark subject matter.
Yeah,
Yet they try corny jokes. They've got a weird buddy comedy thing going on, and you've got like an over the top British drama police thing going on as well.
yeah,
And and like you say, you've got Kim Cattrall as a love interest
yeah,
as well. So that's really interesting. I don't know who the partner is, but I've recognised him in some British
yeah.
places.
I've seen him in other things. I don't know who
But
he is.
yeah, yeah. So you've got some really strong British actors. You've got Rutger Hauer either acting really well or chewing up the scenery, literally. And yeah, it's just a fun mix of everything.
The thing
And
is, it seems to be overloaded with cliches, both in what
yes,
they say, what they do, and the characters.
and how they act as well.
Yeah.
And it's a blatant alien ripoff. Let's be real.
Oh, yeah. Well,
But yeah, honestly, I really liked it, but it's a really confusing film tonally. Um,
yeah. I like the
if
creature. I thought the actual creature at the end was really good. That
Yeah,
was,
oh yeah, it's fantastic. But it's one of these things where it's like it's great, but then the subject matter doesn't match how they act. I
yeah,
mean, and also at the end, without revealing, I'm sorry guys, but this is a bit of a spoiler. But at the end, the partner gets sort of like the zodiac symbol carved in on them, and they sort of go so blasé about it. He's literally been like carved into.
yeah.
And in reality, in any other film, he would have died, and they would have been, Rutger Hauer's character would have had to go it alone. But no, this character's doing jumps. He's he's like going mad,
I
and
know.
there's no sign of shock or anything, even though he's literally been carved into. In fact, Rutger Hauer's character makes a joke and literally slaps it and goes, "Get on with it, mate." And I'm like, "What?"
Yeah, no, I know.
Honestly, I thought, oh, that character's dead now. They've been carved into. They're going to die of shock.
Yeah.
No, he just gets up, grabs the gun, and gets on with
And I mean, the biggest kind of like, uh, the kind of thing that made me shake my head and really kind of go, oh, for God's sake, was the fact that the character, the police guy that Rutger Hauer's teamed up with, now he's called Harley Stone, which is a really dreadful name anyway. But the guy he's teamed up with is called Dick Durkin.
it. Yeah, yeah,
I mean, it's a porn name, isn't it?
yeah. Obviously, it must be. Yeah.
It's just like Dick Durkin. What sort of bloody name's that? Oh. I'll tell you what. One thing I've been trying to find out, and I can't find it here. Um, there's a scene. You know the scene where the box is delivered to the police station.
Yes.
They do a sort of sweep of people, right? And there's one of the police officers that as they go past, if you look at that scene, there's a guy there that you only see him in passing, but he looks absolute spitting image of Dave Prowse.
Oh, okay. Right.
But I can't find anything that says that Dave Prowse was anywhere near the film or had anything to do with it.
Well, I'll have to have a look for you. Yeah.
But in the same scene, look at how when he goes to open the box, behind him there is a policeman. You only see him over Rutger shoulder for about a split second. You kind of see him and then you go,
Yeah.
right?
Right.
He's listed on the credits, and he's a performance actor who goes by the name of the Shend. And anyone listening or watching will know the Shend was at the Romford Horror Film Festival last year. And do you know there's an advert on TV for funeral services where a guy is a biker and they show him and his missus meeting and riding around on the bike. That
Yeah.
guy, the guy who plays the biker, is the Shend.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I
It's
I
such a
I,
weird thing to
I follow
put
him
it
on
on.
Facebook,
Yeah.
but it's the fact that he's there for literally just that one little scene, but he's listed in the
Yeah.
in
It's one of these things where you
the
think,
Shend.
did his scenes get cut? That sort of thing. Sometimes if you do see him again, you sort of say, like, were you in more of it and did they cut you out? Because sometimes they do that. They leave the name in as a sort of thank you gesture for the scene, and then they cut them out.
I do think when I was talking to my missus about this, she did say I said about the people that were in it. And she said, "Do you think that somebody phoned up people and said, could you do us a favour, come and be
Yeah,
in this film?"
honestly, or they just like went through names on a dartboard, or it was like bingo. It's like, let's do a British sci-fi bingo.
It is such a weird film, and
Yeah.
it's nice to see a film like this set in London. I must admit.
Yes, and it was, and it did make you feel like. I mean, I don't know if it was filmed in London or not, but all the sort of locations and the general feel of a post-apocalyptic, watery London was done really well. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah. I mean,
really liked it. Yeah,
there were things that were supposed to be like 2008. I haven't seen a machine in a tube station to buy chocolate from since about 1970 something.
well, yeah, not in the tubes and stuff. No, not in the tubes. I
They
mean,
go they go down to the tube station and there's a machine there. He's trying to get a bar of chocolate out of it.
yeah.
You got very strange.
But yeah, honestly, it's one of these things where I think a lot of the time they see it as the norm, don't they? So it's going to go on forever. But there are a lot of stuff that just gets taken away and changed.
Yeah,
Um, the reason why I like Sam Raimi is because he often does, like, if you watch any of the Evil Dead films, even the modern ones, no one's wearing anything fashionable. The places where people live are very clean and very tidy,
yeah,
and everything feels like it could be any time in
yeah.
any of those films. Obviously, Army of Darkness jumps the shark and goes back in time, but other than that, when you watch an Evil Dead film, you could feel like it could have been in the 70s or now, and even the way they talk as well. They're very clever with making it appeal like it appears in any time, and
It's
that's
one
a
of
rare
the
skill.
it's one of the big problems I think sometimes with films that have product placement.
Yes.
That's all well and good as long as that product doesn't go bankrupt the year after you've made the film,
Well, yeah.
and all of a sudden nobody's got it and nobody knows what the hell they are.
That's it. I think, what was it? Was it Total Recall or the other one? I did have to look up some of the brands to see if they were still going.
Yeah, I mean And you also got to worry because if you got a brand that's named after a person, if that person suddenly becomes somebody that nobody talks about because they've
Yeah.
done the naughty things or whatever, then
Well, yeah, I
your
mean,
film gets kind of labelled.
a lot of times now, because where films are being digital now, digitally done,
Mm.
Disney 100% do it. They film different scenes, or they use AI to film different scenes, and they change it around. If there's a controversial scene in a film, they'll take it out and they'll do a little quick bit and they'll switch it round.
Well, I
And
mean,
this is why physical media is king. Because if you want the legitimate always version of a film, that's the best way to do it because they can't change it. But on streaming and stuff, it happens a lot.
yeah,
Um, my missus calls it the Duffer Brothers effect because
yeah,
they go into the Stranger Things series and change things all the time
yeah,
without you knowing. And Disney and all that do it all the time, and they do it to change the ratings on stuff. A weird example is National Lampoon's Christmas.
yeah.
So you watch National Lampoon's Christmas on the Disney Channel,
Right.
there's none of the saucy bit. All the saucy stuff has been cut out. The bit
Okay.
where he looks out the window and sees all the model and that swimming and all of that's cut out.
Right.
And you just see him looking out the window and they go, "What's the matter, dear?" And nothing. So all the provocative naughty stuff has been cut out and it's been turned into 100% kids film.
Yeah, yeah.
Yet if you had that on DVD or something when it first
Well,
came out, you get the proper
it's
film.
like the end of the Star Wars, the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah.
At the end of that, when he sees the ghosts of Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi and Vader, or he's dead. In the original version, they've got the guy who played Vader in the original in the film. In the later versions, when
Yeah.
after the prequels were done, they they moved him out and they put in I can't remember his name, the guy who played
Christensen and it. Yeah.
yeah, they
So
put
they
him in.
swapped David Prowse for
No, no,
Vin.
no, it wasn't David Prowse who played him when he was when he's unmasked. It was
Yeah.
somebody else.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they swapped him out from that just that one scene where
Was
you
it
see
James L. Jones?
the ghost. No, no, no. James L. Jones just did the voice.
Right. Okay.
It was a completely different actor. No idea who he was. Can't remember now. But I mean, you can find out. But
Yeah.
he was in that the original DVD. We've got a copy of it somewhere. You can
Mm.
see that he's in it. But
Yeah.
then when the prequels came out and they redid that scene, any ones that were issued after that have got the changed end scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, people, I don't know.
So yeah, they can go in and change things at willy nilly now, which so it just shows it's interesting how, like you say, if a film or someone has been like vilified or whatever, and they've done something wrong, they literally just press a button and cut them out.
Although having said that, I know that there's a lot of TV companies and cinemas and things like that in America that won't touch the airplane films
Oh,
because of O.J. Simpson.
yes, of course. Well, I haven't seen the new Naked Gun, but in the trailer for the new Naked Gun,
Yeah,
they literally take the Mickey out of that.
yeah,
The character is referenced, but in a oh no, we're not talking about that sort of thing.
yeah, yeah. Okay, well, that's our films for you. The first of our we had the short films. We had the Masseuse, which we both liked. We thought deserves to be expanded on, definitely.
100%.
Crash Site, which again I think could be expanded on and made into a very good TV series.
Reminds
Um,
me a lot of Dark Skies, and
yeah,
X
yeah, yeah.
Files, things
I
like that.
get that.
Yeah.
And then Split Second, which is a very bizarre. It's not a bad film. It's quite a good film
No,
actually, but
yeah.
it's just a very bizarre one.
You
It's
know,
a real
it's one of these
oddity.
things where it's like it doesn't really know its own identity. Is it
Yeah,
a buddy cop comedy? Is it a serious sci-fi horror thriller? Or
and
what is it?
it tries to be all of them and doesn't quite make it on any of them.
No, no. Or is it a gritty British science fiction? it's a mixture of everything. So,
Absolutely.
Yes.
But
I enjoyed it for what it was.
Yeah,
it's
no, it's worth
mess.
a watch. I think it's worth because it is an oddity, and it's worth watching it just for the fact that it's it's a science fiction film set in London, which is something different.
Indeed, you can tell that they obviously spent a lot of money on the waterlogged sets and stuff.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the money went, and the creature design was quite interesting. I believe it has got quite a cult following.
Yeah, I should imagine it has.
Love it, so it's quite interesting.
Okay. Thank you very much, Badger.
No worries. Thank you very much for having me, as always.
Right, before we go, just want to let people know, if you're interested, that the R.I.P. Man is showing at the Romford Film Festival, the main Romford Film Festival, on the 25th of May. So your tickets are still available, as far as I'm aware. So if anybody wants to go along and watch it, it will be on there then. Okay.
Please support small British horror cinema.
Absolutely.
And like you say, we really enjoyed it, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Really. So honestly, it gives the seal of approval. Obviously, we haven't seen the sequel yet, but we're hoping to watch it soon when it comes out. And all I can say is the first one's brilliant. So, and like you say, if you're thinking, oh, what's going to happen next, they're already planning it. So,
absolutely.
I'm hoping they're going to get to a trilogy. I think that's their plan.
Well, it would make sense, I suppose.
Yeah. So honestly, go and support British horror cinema. Great, and you'll have lots of fun.
Yes. Next time we will be doing just that. Actually, we will be reviewing horror films, and we will be reviewing a new new independent film that is just about to be released on physical media. So we have a preview of it before its DVD release.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good.
Definitely. Okay. Thank you, Badger.
Thank you, sir. See you next time.
Thank you to everybody for watching. Please like, subscribe, and spread the word to all and sundry.
And please comment if you agree or disagree or want to have a chat below, and we'll get cracking on that. And also, if you've got any suggestions for films, hit us up below in the comments, and we'll see what we can do. Absolutely.
Okie dokie. Right, we will see you again next time. Bye.
Bye.
The Sciforror Film Podcast.